Hello, my name's Andy Cabon and welcome to the first episode, the introductory episode of my Mini K-Series build. Here it is. It's actually what I'll do in a bit in this episode. I'll show you a bit of the history of this one. But we have it here, full roll cage, all the arches mopped up, a bit of tape, don't want to touch too hard because it might fall off. Step around. So yeah, we've got the bonnet on it, everything's pretty much on it. The only thing we're missing is the front grille, all the front lights. And I'll show you the back. So the back end of the car, again everything's on it, mopped up the rear lights, brand new but looking sorry for themselves already. Got the boot lid on, let's open that. So there's a full race spec tank, it's baffled, it's got foam in it, extender, it's got everything you need in there. You still need to finish off the rear harness, but really this episode is going to be the start of finishing this one off and getting it on the road. So inside the car we've gone for bucket seats, obviously to go with the harness, to go with the roll cage. We've got a steering wheel, but we've got a power steering. I don't know if you can see it, let's see if we can. So we've got the front dash. Sure. Can you see it on that mark? No. Oh, well, I'll get a shot of it in a second, but we've got the power steering pumped down. We'll try and get some more shots when we take it apart. So other things we're going to do in here is the battery box is going to go on the rear seat. There's still a couple of cables we need to get run in. I want to get battery isolation put somewhere between the two chairs. I think that's pretty much electrical wise. There's still the front harness to do for the front lights and the rear lights, like I said a second ago. So it's bits and bobs really, just to finish it off. With this one, because of moving and some other bits and bobs, I haven't really touched it in the last year. So unfortunately there's a little bit of surface rust here and there we got to clean up as well. But it's all something that my brother is going to help me with, so I'll introduce you to him in a minute, and we're just going to get this one on the road so we can actually enjoy it. I think we're planning on doing a couple of little events and actually try and use it rather than it just being stuck in the garage like most of our projects do, but we'll get there. So here we are guys, the history of this Mini. So I bought it back in 2015 for only £200. How times have definitely changed since then. Yeah, they're crazy money now really for what they are, but yeah, no, it's definitely a bit of a bargain back there. So the first job we did, as you can see from the pictures here, is the same as I've done on the estate, is to get the front end off. Always knew we were going to do some sort of removable front at the time. So it's the way we went down with that one. And you can see from these ones, we got a whole MGZR. I thought it was the easiest way to definitely get all the bits I needed with the loom, the engine, the gear lever, just everything. The gearbox, of course. So that's why I went down that route. The guy that had the car before me wanted to put an MR2 engine in the back, which is why as you can see from these, the boot floor has been completely cut out. To be honest, kind of glad because some of the bits around it weren't great, so all the panels are going to be replaced anyway, so it kind of did us a bit of favour. Maybe we could have saved some of the panels, but that picture made me laugh and Mark, I forgot that one was in there. So yeah, we completely did the floor. There's a couple of extra bits we wanted to do, as you can see here. Mark's cutting out the rear arches, so we tubbed them because we knew full well we we're going to want that nice aggressive stance for doing some of the track days. So we went down that route. It's the first time we ever done it. It came out okay. One side came out better than the other side. for sure. You can't really tell now since it's been filleted in and everything else. Now, obviously, I want to say a big thank you to my uncle Adrian for coming up some Saturdays for helping us out with the cage. So me, Mark, and Adrian did, I think it was probably 3 or 4 Saturdays working on this cage over. It was over a winter. No, really happy how it came out. So I could only really get out the unit probably once or twice a month because I could only do it on Saturdays just because of timing issues and life at the time. But yeah, so they really cracked a really good job on that. I was thoroughly happy with it. As you can see, Mark sat in the background. He always likes to pull a face in a place in the picture. And he really likes his filler work. So as you can see, he tries to smooth out as much as he can. He does body repair and mobile spraying as a living. So he definitely likes to sometimes go overboard, but it does look good when he does it. So we decided to put seal tubes in the car. Bit of a rally thing, of course. Just thought it might be easier for getting under the car or as jacking points as well, really. So it kind of serves as 2 points, a jacking point and somewhere we can obviously put the seal tubes in. I think they work really well. I'm sure you'll see later on in the videos that they definitely come in use. It's definitely going to come in use for spraying the car, I know that for sure. So it did take quite a long time to get to this point. I think it's 2017, 18. We did a fiberglass flat floor. That's where the fuel tank's going to go, as you'll see in a minute. So yeah, Mark's made that nice and smooth. It looks really nice in there, and especially with the fuel tank, it fits like a glove. You'll see in a minute. But we were testing parts here, testing boots, see if we wanted to go down this route, which I think nearly every plan we came across, we didn't really change much. I think my vision on it's not been too bad from the start. So a bit more strengthening work at the front. We did then obviously try and sort out to make sure we had clearance for everything, make sure we had all the modifications for the engine. There you see the clutch lever is a cable on the MGZR engine. It's the PG1 gearbox. So making sure we had all the clearances done. At that point there was still some bits of welding to do on the cage, but we just want to make sure everything was in the right place. So when mocking up the engine, making sure obviously everything was done there, I actually got someone to build the subframe for me to obviously speed up the process. And well, someone that makes them all the time has obviously got more of the knowledge, so just nice and easy that way. I thought I'd get someone to do it for me. It's the same as I'm going to do with the Clubman Estate as well. So as you've seen in the episodes, I've already got the rear for that one, but not the front. So now, yeah, just mocking up all the panels, seeing what we like. We tried the front splitter. I really like that. I picked up this bonnet with the grill, the fins to get some of the air out and the holes at the front. I really like that as well, so that went on. I'm glad I did, because obviously it's money that you spend out and don't use, but no, glad it all worked out. You've just seen the fuel tank in there, nice tight fit. That really worked well with all these hoses and the quick disconnects, which compromises goes well, really well with the electrical wiring loom, which you can see there. So all the quick disconnects, everything can be disconnected quickly, and there's a few bolts and a few jubilees that come off, but then the whole subframe just comes off as one, which is definitely coming handy at the moment for the spraying. That was the first startup, so there you go on that one. So a bit more of the checking things fit, the dash and everything else, trying to make sure some panel gaps worked, get some paint on everything, checking everything fits, mocks up, because we knew we were going to take it apart again at this point, so we just want to make sure things fit. We've got to check it again before we spray it, but here's your first drive any second. I think it's the next picture. The car then got moved twice before getting ready for spraying, which you're now going to see. So yes, back to the action, and thank you for watching. So one of the first jobs I'm going to do is get the grille onto the car. So that's the first job. It's going to mask up where to put the holes. Get the holes, and I'm going to do it with some riv nuts. Got my pack of bolts. Yeah, gonna do it that way rather than self tappers. Just think long term, getting it on and off, just think it's more viable really. So yeah, I'm gonna go down that route. So here we go. Right, got my 2 points. Grab the drill, get these done. Okay, got the holes. Make sure they line up before I go too much further, of course. Brilliant. Right, let's drill it out to the right size. First 2 in, I'm happy with that. Literally as far as it's going to go up. So it's mark up, got 2 more, 1 each side, get them marked up, get them drilled. Hopefully they'll be a bit easier because they're on flatter to get these riv nuts in, because that wasn't the easiest, but got there in the end. To be fair, it's actually probably helped me being at a slight angle. So yeah, let's get them 2 done. Not a lot of meat on this one. That one's fine. So let's get them 2 drilled out. Should we go for the main hole first? Yeah. This one, this side, like I say, doesn't have much meat, but if we step it back slightly, it's close to radiator as well, actually. Step it back a tiny bit more. I think I can make that work. I want a slug fit, but Jesus. There you go. Right, let's give it a quick look. So as you can see, oh, the lights are a bit bright from outside. So that one wasn't great. That one's gone a bit tight. So I can't see the angle. It's not perfect, but it's not a bad angle. It's good there. Obviously I'll get in there, which could be fun actually. Yeah, so there's that. This one went quite well. To give you a bit more of a idea of the front here while I'm here. So obviously it's very close here. So that's been sculpted around the cat. But it all fits nice and tight. I don't think I'm going to have to bring out the grill at all, which is going to be quite nice. See, it's nice and tight around here. So this front is off an MPI, which is why it's got that and why it's got that. I'm wondering whether I can just sneak that back a little bit. Depends if I can see it with a grill, to be honest. We'll wait and see. So let's try and get the main grill in now, and then try and get the moustache bits in. So that's the next job. So I've just noticed, well, I just looked and got a bad feeling. So when I line up, so I don't think you can see on the back of here, it's got this bar. So the bottom of both lines up to one where the MPI bit starts curling around and where the cat cutout is. So at the bottom, I don't think I'm going to have anywhere to mount to. I'm going to try, but at the moment I don't think I will. So we're just going to put, there's 3 holes either side. So I'm probably going to really just secure it down each side and see how it goes. Not quite what I wanted, but hey, it's always a challenge. It's a Mini at the end of the day. It's a challenge, especially when you're trying to put an engine in this big in the front. I might have to make some compromises. This, I think, might have to be one. We'll see. Just hope we don't flap around too much, but I don't think it will. Let's we'll give it a go. I'll have a look underneath when it's in place. I just think it might be able to get one in here under the right hand side. That left one is right in the middle, so we'll see. I'll revisit this in a minute, I'm sure. So, we got the marks we needed. There's 2, the third one went straight through there. That's gonna be no good. And we got 3 marks there, top, middle, bottom. So we'll get those drilled out. So with this one, you can see where it lines up. It actually does literally just fall there, but it's right on the edge, so I don't think it's worth it. And that one there, unfortunately, falls right in line with that, so won't be getting one in there. But hey, it is what it is. While I'm here, let's quickly show you some other bits. Obviously I've reignite all the ones for the headlight bowl. I've done one for the indicator. I do need to do the other one each side. I might need to actually weld that over and re-drill the hole, because I think it's with the Mark 1 ones, it's very close to the edge, if I remember rightly. It's been a while since I've obviously had a look at it, but that's what I remember. So yeah, quickly get these drilled out, and then what I'll do is obviously give you an update again. So I'll set you back down. Try not to go through the radiator, yeah? Short job, tell me when. Actually, might put something behind it just in case. My phone might be a good idea. Again, this top one, not so close to the radiator, but I think this side might be a bit easier. To be fair, the other side wasn't exactly difficult. So while I'm here, again, keep remembering to tell you guys things about this car. So fiberglass bumper, splitter, number plate. Should I show you? Should I not? Who knows on the internet these days? But it is there. People are going to see it anyway, so it is what it is. So yeah, fiberglass. Another note really. So obviously you see the chrome, but they are going to go black. So I do need to find someone to sandblast it, even though they're brand new, which is a pain in the ass. But hey, it's brand new. Here's what it is. Sandblasted and then painted in black. Now my brother's project there. Maybe we'll do a video about that soon. Probably not, because my brother is quite a bit away off that. I don't think he wants everyone to know quite yet, but hey, he's not here at the moment, so I'm telling you about it now, I suppose. So yeah, get these off, get the nuts in, get it together. I need to get it together for life, I think, and then get the moustache bits on. So yeah, I'll set you back down. Right, and the other three. Right, let's get on for the final time. Well, yeah, I say final time, but obviously it's going to come off a few more times between now and getting it on the road. But hey, let's get it back on, make sure it all lines up, of course. So five out of 5, and it looks pretty damn straight. Let's quickly get the headlight bulbs in and then see what we're going to do with these indicators. Or should we do the moustache first? No, I want to get the headlights on, see what it looks like, so let's do that. Right, one on. I say I did previously do all this before the car obviously came over. It's about 2 years ago now, I think I did this. Right, let's get the other one in. So, it's the headlights on. So I think let's do the moustache bits next. Yeah, let's do that, and then try get these indicators in. Just see if we can get an extra bolt. Might have to do a bit of weld. But let's give it a go. See what happens. But I think next thing is the finish these moustaches off. I just want to see how they look now, so let's get it on. Definitely. Right, let's do it. So yeah, with these moustaches, they give you a bag of fittings with some pop rivets and self-tapping screws. But we're not using self-tapping screws or the pop rivets, obviously, on the rest, because of you've seen what we've done already. So with these little, I'll show you the little bracket things. They slide in, you can see, they slide in just like that. Quite tight. They slide in. Just about make that out. So they slide in. So just seeing here, yeah, I'll have to put a washer or something behind, because if that's flat, needs a washer behind to give it a bit of height, if that makes sense. So if that's your car, it needs a tiny gap between, just to be able to slide it on. So yeah, I'll have to remember to do that in a second, but need to try and get these in line, drill the holes. I'm going to go for the riv nuts again, I think. No, I am going to go for the riv nuts again. I think it just makes sense, especially for this project. Taking things on and off just makes perfect sense. So yeah, let's mark these up, drill the holes, go from there. Needs to go about there. One needs to go about there. Draw a line on the top and bottom, just so we can work out exactly. In there, I think. This could go completely wrong because I've never fitted these. I did see a quick video online last night, but hey, they could be wrong, of course, but I don't think so. So I think that's where we go. Let's hope it's in the right place. Ow, that's gonna hurt.
One eternity later.
Bit of a change of plan. Make your life a little bit easier. Gonna stick them in as bolts, push it through and then do it up. We're gonna stick a bit of glue or something on there just to stop it from obviously rotating. I mean, that's just gonna be a lot easier because that was so difficult pushing them on. Just then be able to stick it on like that, just be able to do the bolt at the back. I think it's just gonna be a lot easier, especially as it's got to come off a few times yet. It's just going to be a lot more straightforward and a lot easier. So yeah. That's in, on. Actually, I'm happy doing it that way, but like I say, we've got to glue those bolts in place, or I'm not sure how we're going to do it yet, but I think that will hold and look a lot better. And I think it'll be a lot easier getting them on and off when we need to. So we'll go down that route. I won't drill quite as big of a hole the other side because obviously we haven't got the riv nut, so it will be a bit better. But no, I'm quite happy with that. I mean, that will work. So here's the front end, all mocked up. Really happy with how it looks. Obviously missing a couple of little bits, but did some work on the car. Did completely forget to bring the camera over. So the things we've done is we've removed the fuel tank. So that one is now removed inside the car. Let's see if I can get a better angle. We've removed a lot of the electrics. The seats, one of the bases there still, The fuel lines are being removed, so we can now see exactly what we need to clean up. It was very clean in there when I did the work, but yeah, a year where it was stored in a garage hasn't done it kind. One thing I was going to show you, I said about earlier in the video, is this power steering pump. So, don't know if you can see it, you should be able to see it. So power steering pump there, electric one out of a Corsa B. Let's get you in there a little bit better. So there it is. Still needs to be fitted bracket wise, that's why it's been left in there at the moment, because I still need to find a home for this box with everything else in there. Not sure where we're going to put that yet. Maybe push it over that way a little bit. Still want to get another bracket onto the steering wheel because it moves a little bit, but we were testing heater placement points and all sorts down there the other day. So as you've seen it earlier in this video, the front end, let's say the front end, all the lights and everything have been put on. So that's probably going to be the next thing to now strip all off again. There's a couple of things I need to try and find placements for. Washer bowl, that's becoming a bit of a problem. Let's just quickly show you that. So washer motor will go there. So much light under it. And for the washer bottle, we haven't really got space for it. So it might have to go in the inner wing. While I'm here, I might as well show you some of this. So we've got bulkhead fittings down here, which have all been removed. So there are two plugs, nice and easy, just for that's for the engine bay, complete. Then there's two fuel, one for the fuel in, one for the return, on a quick disconnect as well. That's those two holes there. So the only other thing I really got to get in here, I've got to get some sort of filter, some sort of placement there, and that's probably it to go under the engine bay. So you got to get the washer motor in, the washer bottle, which is the biggest problem, and the only other thing we've got to put in line is we've got temperature sensor. It's got to be fitted in line. I think it's the hose down here, but I'll probably get the front end off again, and yeah, we'll get the front end off again and I'll show you over that a bit more, show you all the custom work has been done under there. So yeah, let's get the front end off, I think, and get these lights off, give it a clean throughout, get a hoover in it, and just see what's left to strip, clean, sort and do, of course. My voice is going a bit. Recovered from COVID a few weeks ago and I'm feeling ill again. It's great fun, isn't it? But yeah, let's put you down somewhere like that. I'll probably move you to the front in a second and get on. and there we have it, guys. The front is off. So this is the K-Series 1.8 non-VVC. I decided to go non-VVC because the VVC, you have to cut a bit more out the bulkhead. I don't know if you can see it, but can't quite get enough light down there. But anyone knows, you can just about see there's a little bit taken out of there. And for the VVC, you have to take out a bit more. So this is the setup I have. The alternator on the outside. We'll have to make a shroud, I think, for that, to stop things flying up. There's a couple of bits still to do. I've got a rear bias, and like I said earlier, still got to find a location for the washer bottle, which now I've got it out, I'll see if I can fit it here. I think that's going to be the best spot for it. There is actually a nice little convenient hole to put the tube through. That's convenient. But I might try and put it right up inside so you can't see it. I think that might be better actually. But we'll see. There you go. Here's the K-Series on the bottom. Probably not got enough light. Get around. Rose jointed. The frame, that's very low for me to see. It's been sculpted, obviously give us more room. The frame does need to come out to be powder coated. As you can see, things obviously very tight. So I'll have a look at this bottle placement, carry on with some more cleanup, but the engine does need to obviously come out with a frame because we do need to paint the front bulkhead the same colour as the outside of the car. But the plan at the moment is to spray the inside, because then I've got someone coming to do the last few bits of the electrics to wire in. Oh, knock that over. To help me wire in the power steering pump. Now here I could probably get a better view of it. There you go. Get that one wired in. Like I said, I've done a bit of cleaning up inside here. Obviously hoovered it. Still want to get a battery isolation, and the battery box is going back there. A couple of other bits just done off the camera around the back. I've taken off the bar that goes between the two turrets, goes between there, just to clean it up because it did get a little bit rusty, so you need to get some light. It's looking pretty clean now, but it was a little bit rusty, so wanted to clean that up. There's not enough light back here to be able to show you properly, but everything's out of there. Just trying to clean it up as much as possible, get it back to where it was a year ago, because it was looking really good. Obviously surface rust is starting to come through, but that won't take long to sort out. Like I said, just like I said a second ago, plan, spray the inside, get the last few bits of the electrics done, make sure everything works, and then take the engine out in the as frame as one, I think, and then get it powder coated, and then just get everything back in. Probably mock everything up on the firewall first, engine on, and then get the final fitment really. But obviously I say that like it sounds easy, but there's a lot of bits to get between now and then. So, I said earlier in the episode, introduce you to my brother. This is my brother, Mark. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Mark, Andy's brother.
So we're going to give you a quick run through what we've done. I have forgotten to bring the camera over a few times, to be fair. So we've done quite a lot. So on the front, it's all stripped back down. We've taken out all the electrical stuff, the fuel lines, taken off some of the hoses and that for the radiator. We do obviously to get the whole subframe off because it needs to be powder coated because it's starting to rust already. Great. Put the washer bottle in place. Can obviously fit it along the front there because we've got the washer motor to go.
Wiper motor.
Wiper motor. Washer motor? Yeah, wiper motor. Thank you for that, Mark. So inside is completely stripped. The thing we've been working on today is getting these welded in place, so they're now all welded in place in the right place. Set how many times? So yeah, front's completely stripped down. The only thing that's left is the wiring harness for the back, as you can see over there. So that's ready to go. So Mark's going to be sanding that down ready for paint, and everything out the back is out as well. The last thing we needed to do here was weld this bracket finally in place, because we had holding it a set of clips, a set of mole grips. Those has been holding it there probably for, what do you say, Mark, 3 years?
Got to be getting on that, innit?
So that's pretty much now. Had no light in there, which is never good. So that's ready to go. The only thing that's got to go back in is the strut bar across. That's got to go back in. So next job is to sand down the inside, Mark, really, isn't it?
Get it all sanded, get it all prepped, and then shoot some colour on it.
Exactly. So I'm going to try and remember to bring the camera over a little bit more, because I have forgotten the last few times I've been over, which has been a little bit annoying. Started work and think, damn, I haven't got the camera. So yeah, it is jumping around a little bit, but try and give you as much progress update as I can. So we're just now going to get on, make sure there's nothing else to do on the inside or the boot, so Mark can crack on. We're getting ready for some paint inside. Coming in episode 2.